if you mix kind of together all things, you start to see there's bits of truth in all things, in all religions. There's truth in each one, but there's also lies and there's also deception. So judgment, what I have discovered, is the ability to look within yourself and to not judge what's around you, but to observe what's around you, and then look within yourself and see how you react to what's around you. So there's no judgment. You're not judging what's around you. You're observing and quote unquote judging how you react. My entire life, they've always depicted Judgment Day as this, when you die, God shows you this, like, you die and you're like, like all this terrible stuff I did my whole life. I'm such a bad person. Agony. Go to hell, right? I don't know. That's how I've interpreted it. I just saw this like life review and then like a big old being like telling me that I suck and I have to do better, right? Now though, with lots of research, I feel it's more like this. When you die, your soul basically is shown or reviews itself. Let's say, you know how we have eyes, right? Obviously. Our eyes are like these little video recorders, right? That kind of record everything that's going on all the time. And it's like, in my opinion, like super advanced technology that is going to see, kind of like record everything that's going on, but then like kind of like relay messages back. You know what I'm saying? Almost like a satellite. Like there's some satellite, like the moon is the satellite, our eyes are the cameras, and when you die, all the people and beings around you that were able to perceive what you did through the eyes are going to basically, you're able to see either through your third eye. Those cicadas got loud. Like either through your third eye, you know, somehow you view this life review, or, you know, through the receptors of in some kind of way, like the flies and the butterflies and the dogs and the deer and the kids and the friends and the parents. Everybody that has watched you in this life pretty much has a recording of your interaction with them, and you're shown that at the end of your life. And in my opinion, the reason you're shown that is so you can see how well you did and do better next time. So of course, if you were a bad person, you're gonna see some scary stuff. And if you're a good person, you are gonna be shown maybe the sad things you did, but you're also gonna be shown the good things you did, in my opinion. So you can do better next time, next cycle, right? And I think the ultimate goal is to come to this life review after you quote unquote die and get ready for the next world, the next dimension, the next reality. I feel as if this world that we in, this three-dimensional physical matrix reality, you have to accept some of the ancient peoples that came to us and gave us this beautiful knowledge, these scriptures, these ancient texts, the records that they kept to show us basically kind of some foundational understandings of what it means to be a human being, a human being, a rainbow being. That is what human means. And I truly believe, instead of us calling ourselves rainbows, humans, we were taught, because whoever's at the top of this world has created separation, created division. Obviously they're trying to keep us apart. Have you ever, you know how the checkered board looks? Like the black and white checkerboard? That's what that means. Black and white separation in perfect like unison. That's like trying to keep everybody divided so they can, I don't know why they do it, but they do it. It's clear and evident that you should not divide yourself. You should be together with things. working together in harmony. So judgment, they keep us from this truth, this knowledge that inside of us we would know if we were balanced, if we were whole. So Judgment Day is supposed to be, in my opinion, lived out here on earth during your life cycle. This life cycle I'm in right now, for example, I'm supposed to live out this life cycle, figure out what my past karma was of my life, my previous lives, overcome these battles this time, and go out to that life review again, like ready, like battle ready, like I did it, you know, so that I can level up. It's like we're small children to the universe. If you really look at life, you know, you're born a child and you need so much help. You're an infant. You literally come into this world and it's just like, right? And then you become a child, a kid that, you know, is just like super into everything. Like, oh my gosh, everything is just wondrous. And then you become a teenager and everything sucks, right? You suck, they suck, school sucks, it sucks. And then you become an adult. A lot of people have this empty hole inside of them, like needing more. No matter how much money you make, a lot of people have this empty hole of needing more. Well, I think just we're living life a little backwards. If we could focus more on why we're here, what parts of myself did I come here to work out? What parts of myself am I being shown by everything that interacts with me? How can I improve so I can level up, so I can become a greater soul, a more purpose-driven soul that has substance, right? That can fill that hole. Well, in my opinion, that's by quote unquote judging yourself in a positive way. So when you see something, do better. Religion likes to call this repentance, which just means turning away from quote unquote sin, right? And in my opinion, sins are these traps, basically set for you to fail. Now, think of it as like a parent and a child. You're the child and a parent has set a trap, not as like an evil demonic force has set a trap, which don't deny that those aren't real as well. But let's just look at it like a parent and a child. So you're set, these traps are set all around you, starting at 2 years old, you know, like literally tripping on the ground or falling down the stairs, being clumsy. First you're clumsy, right? And then you're testing boundaries constantly, right? And then you're defiant. You're defiant and rebellious. What are these teaching you? Well, they're teaching you that there's things around you that you should set boundaries and you should be careful, and you should when I think of rebellion, I think of standing on your own 2 feet. So we should definitely respect authority, authority that has our best interests at heart. There should be some type of authority system, right? But you should also be your own authority, right? There should also be a level inside of you that says, I am the authority of my life. Well, that's what you're learning as a teenager, to stand on your own 2 feet and be your own authority. And then you become an adult, and let's say we did this right, this empty hole would be filled because we figured out how to be our own authority. We figured out boundaries. We figured out, you know, how to follow these things in our lives. So now we're at a point where we can start working on healing and becoming more wise and gaining wisdom, so we can elevate and ascend. I am not religious at all. I am comparing very important scriptures to the reality of life. So a lot of people want to completely avoid religion because it's a joke, right? Or it has a lot of flaws in it. But spirituality, connecting to source, connecting to God, energy, love, what you can't see in this physical world is very, very real. Which is why religion thrives in every society. Beyond. Obviously, people are followers and able to attach to, oh, well, they say it's this way, so it's this way, rather than just like knowing thyself, which is what it says. It says, know thyself. Know that you are the temple. You are the temple of God. You are the vessel, right? And the 7 deadly sins are the portals to destruction. This world has quite a bit of obstacles, quite a bit of destruction to be lured into. We've got greed, right? Greed is coveting too much. I have it written down. Greed is coveting, lust, obsession, right? Being obsessed over things. These are portals. These are ways to come inside of your vessel and take over. Envy and jealousy, right? Pride, vanity, which is vanity. Sloth, being lazy. Gluttony, wrath, anger. These are all ways that the darkness can get inside of you and not allow you to be the light, because the whole goal is to be the light, to be the rainbow, the human. If we understand that we're here to work out these judgments that we have created, we're here to level up. Like these judgments that we've created for ourselves, these judgments, these obstacles, this track meet we're in, this race of life that we're in, it does not end at death. This would be a very interesting accident. If all this happened on accident, that'd be super, super interesting. Like what, why, and how? Like there's so many multi-layers to this. It's insane. There's no way this happened by accident. You go into nature, you find everything has a fingerprint. Why do we have fingerprints? This is not an accident. There's so much going on here. Specifically, what I want to talk about in this video though is judgment. We should not judge others. We should be judging ourselves. So when we get to that life review, we have a good understanding of who we are, because you are to know thyself. Because if you know yourself, you aren't going to allow others to tell you who you are. You are going to be the guiding force in your life. And I just want to help people get there. Try to work on noticing, because awareness is the first step. Becoming aware of who you are. What do you naturally do? What can you change? What are you stubborn about? What are you fixed on? What do you need to eat less of? Who do you gossip about? Who do you get angry at? What are these things that you can release so that you can fill it with light? Let go of the darkness so you can fill it with light, so you can shine your true color, which is the rainbow. Shine your true colors. Like, you are not just a dull, boring human, okay? You are an infinite being that has the ability to do so much more than they've told us. And it is time to start believing that truth. Don't believe and stay in the old past of lies. The age of deception taught us religion. The age of truth is going to teach us that we can do this. That we don't have to rely on man to teach us anything, ever. We don't have to rely on man to teach us how to know thyself. You know how you know thyself? Is by being with thyself. So start to be with yourself and realize who you are. Don't sit back and just let go. Like, don't give up. I have faith that we can do this as a people, as a society, and we are heading in the direction of ascending Mother Earth and ourselves. And I just want to help us get there. So I'm gonna end there, and I hope that made sense. I know I go off on little tangents here and there, but I try to keep it on one topic as much as I can, because I go all over the place, and yes, so I'm trying to be organized, and I'll get better with time. So thank you for watching. If you made it to this point, you're super duper awesome, and I really, really, really appreciate anything and everything that comes from this. I really hope that you just take one thing from here and just like use that in your life, and I'll feel better about myself. So thank you. I appreciate it. Much love and peace to you, and yeah, thanks.